My name is Brian Park. I'm in period 5 and this is my 2016 AP Human Geography winter video. Okay, so for the first type of population density is arithmetic density, and that is the ratio of the number of people to the total land area. Okay, so arithmetic density can be used to find out where people are most densely populated. This explains why people are not evenly distributed across Earth's surface. In other words, it shows and explains why some areas of the world are more densely populated. If the arithmetic density is high, it means there are lots of people living in the area, but if the amount is low, it means there are few people living in the area. It helps geographers compare different regions of the world and why people want to live in that area. Okay, so a weakness of arithmetic density is that it does not give us any information as to why many people would or would not want to live in certain regions of the world. It does not give us any reason or explanation. Without an explanation, there is no way to develop new ideas and discover more patterns. Just from arithmetic density, there is no way of figuring out the environmental obstacles or the amount of food available for that region. This is why other density measures are more useful. Okay, so the second type of population density is physiological density, and that is the ratio of number of people to the amount of arable land. Okay, so according to my outside source, which was albert.io, the physiological density of the area helps us better understand how many people are relying on a certain area of land. This means that we are better able to understand how much food is being produced in the area and just how many people it really needs to feed. Also, physiological density can be compared to arithmetic density to understand the capacity of the land to produce enough food for everyone. In Egypt, there is a large difference between the physiological and arithmetic density, which means that most of the country's land is unsuitable for intensive agriculture. This explains why only 5% of Egyptians live near the Nile River to grow agriculture. Okay, so a weakness of physiological density is that even though it tells us how much food the population needs, it does not tell us any obstacles that could get in the way of producing food. For example, there could be environmental obstacles or the amount of farmers might be too little. There would not be enough food for everyone if there wasn't enough farmers. This shows that physiological density just by itself tells us only the amount of arable land in the region. Okay, the third type of population density is agricultural density, and that is the ratio of the number of farmers to the amount of arable land. Okay, agricultural density mostly helps geographers understand the economic differences of different countries. Developed countries have lower agricultural densities because technology allows few people to produce food with lots of land for lots of people. Developing countries have a higher agricultural density because they are in need of more farmers because they do not have the technology to be efficient. This means that two countries can have similar physiological densities but produce different amounts of food because of their different economies. And a weakness of agricultural density is that without the measure of the physiological density in the same country, it does not tell much about the country. It needs to be compared to physiological density to determine the economy of the country. For example, the physiological densities of Egypt is high, but the Dutch have a lower agricultural density. This is because Egypt puts more pressure in land area to produce food, but the Dutch have advanced technology to help them produce food efficiently.